Okay. All right. So tonight we're going to talk about summer nutrition. And there's like a few different things I want to hit on because it kind of depends on how you feel about summer and nutrition. Because sometimes I think like I look at summer as this like the best time for the best fresh foods, right? Like your all the berries are growing, all the vegetables are growing. But depending on what your social life's like summer might be your time where maybe you're not in your nutrition plan as much because you have a lot of parties or there's weekends at the lake or whatever your lifestyle looks like. So we're going to kind of connect on both things and talk through some of those things. But I also have just a few mindset ideas, tips to kind of go through. So one of the things, and I wrote a post about it today because I think is important no matter what season it is to go into whatever's happening with the excitement of trying something new. I think when we're trying new things, when we're excited about something coming up, we tend to feel better. We tend to treat ourselves better, better self-care. When you're feeling good about something happening or coming or that you're doing, then you tend to treat yourself better. And nutrition is absolutely a sign of how you're treating yourself, right? Because I have this great t-shirt that says eat like you love yourself, because that's how it is, right? When you want to nourish and help yourself feel great, you eat really well, right? You eat foods that help you feel good. So let's talk about summer in terms of, is there something new that you can add into your summer and or try it in a different way? Nutrition wise, like I know some people kind of get, if you're not a vegetable eater, or maybe you're just only certain vegetables, right? Or maybe you're no vegetables and you need to connect with those a little bit better. What if there's a vegetable that maybe in your past wasn't, someone always made it, I don't know, on the grill and you never liked it. It never tasted good. Maybe it was always burned, whatever. Maybe someone just did not know how to make it. So takes things like that, and how can you recreate it or fix it differently or have it in a different way to then have a new experience with it? Does that make sense? Like, you know what I mean?
Mm,
Like trying, like, is there anything you had, Sue, that was like you used to think, oh, I don't like this certain thing, but then you tried it in a different way?
I can't think of anything because I like vegetables, so I
You
always
do.
eat those.
Maybe
But I
fruit?
will
Yeah.
say, like you're saying, you know, we cook out on the grill a lot, so we can cook everything. We can cook our meat, we can cook our vegetables, our potatoes, or whatever right on the grill, and it's all right there, and it's got that. It's just kind of fun instead of being cooped up inside. So that
Right.
might be something fun to do.
Yeah, exactly. So trying a new method, right? Or a new
Mhm.
recipe. I know like I have a couple recipes for grilled vegetables where you make like a basil vinaigrette to kind of go over the grilled veggies, right? So it not just like just having a zucchini that's on the grill with just salt and pepper, right? Like think about new ways to maybe you chop it up and you put it with a bunch of different vegetables with some type of dressing or marinate it in some way. Um I think we did a vegetable recipe on the meal prep class where we marinated the veggies with some chicken sausage, if I remember right.
I
And
think we did.
like a
Hmm.
sheet pan
Yes,
recipe.
we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, things like that where you're like, you just kind of mix it up a little bit, like, and make, what may be the same old, a little more exciting for you and a little more interesting. I know when I'm
Yeah.
creating my meals, I think about color too. And summer is the perfect time to add in lots of different colors of anything, fruits, veggies, all the things. And it just makes your plate more exciting, more interesting. And when you are like, let's say you have two plates, right? One plate is colorful, looks fresh, it's gorgeous. Then you have this other plate where it's monochromatic and a bunch of browns or just kind of, right? You're One is going to feel more exciting. It might even taste more delicious, right? Because you do definitely eat with your eyes first. You want something that looks appetizing. I mean, that's why a lot of times we like to go to restaurants. They make things look so pretty and appetizing, not just kind of slapped on a paper plate. So, think about that as you're going into your summer meals.
Oh, and the other thing too is adding fruits and vegetables together. So I've been taking my jicama and mixing it with my bowls of fruit for the morning for my breakfast. And then you can do blueberries or strawberries in your salad or something like that. And that not only adds color, but then you're getting a variety of flavors. And
yes, I
so
love it.
that,
Yeah, jicama,
that too.
it's like there's so many things. Quinoa, jicama, those things are really great with a sweet too. So it's like, you rarely think about adding grains or adding, some of these vegetables that don't have a lot of their own flavor, but you can totally, add those into a sweet dish. And then you've got a green in there and it's a great crunch, water filled, right? That's also another summer tip. Having things that are water filled veggies and fruits so that you are staying hydrated with your food as well as, whatever you're drinking. So, okay, let's see. I guess I'm looking at my list here, what I had to cover. So we talked a little bit about new foods, trying new recipes, local foods. So if you have a farmer's market, it's so fun to wander through and get some ideas, see some new vegetables that maybe you don't see in your grocery store. Or, I think oftentimes when you go somewhere all the time, like your grocery store, you just go for whatever's on your list, right? You're not looking around to be like, oh, hey, why don't I pick up, the jicama or whatever, right? Maybe you don't even see it or you don't even know where it is. But at a farmer's market, everything's new, especially if you don't go very often. And then you can kind of look through, get some ideas. A lot of times they'll have samples that you can try a vegetable, try some fruit, see what you think, and then, add those into that week's meal. So if you're on the flip side, where things get more relaxed in your nutrition plan, maybe you have a lot going on in your social life, a lot of family obligations, whatever it is, right? So there's a couple things that happen a lot of times. We get back into some comfort foods. You might have your own summer comfort foods. Oh, hang on, sorry. Is that super loud for you guys?
No, I can't even hear it.
It's
No,
like,
I can't hear it.
okay, good. She's like, it's like all the barking right in my head. So, maybe you've got like some kind, like, let's call it hot dogs and potato salad. Maybe those are like, this is summer. So what I would encourage you to do, because those may not be on your plan, they can be sometimes, but let's be real. They're even healthy hot dog is probably not as great as, a chicken breast. So, if those are part of something that, you feel like is the comfort of summer, then maybe explore some other things that could be a good alternative. Like I know I've made a cauliflower potato salad, right? There's no potatoes. You just use the cauliflower in place of the potato. So you still get the sauces, and the sauces can be made with Greek yogurt instead of all mayonnaise. So you could do like a split. And a lot of times you can't really tell if you're doing like a half and half, that Greek yogurt comes in there, but you're not really sure what it is. And it's not like full Greek yogurt and you still have the mayonnaise flavor. So there's a lot of ways to kind of trick things, but then have it's maybe a more nutritious option. And then, finding some of those things so you can still have that comfort feeling, the tradition of maybe what's happening, but maybe it's a better option. Same with different meats. You can do lots of like kebabs and things like that on the grill that are marinated in place of a hot dog or in place of some processed meats. So, just kind of getting creative. The other thing is if you're going to a lot of social events, I know we've talked about this a ton, like everybody knows I'm going to bring something with vegetables. Because most of the time somebody else does not. And I know, Sue, you do that all the time. Lily, you do that too. So it's one of those things where it's like, if you're going to be at a place where maybe the options aren't quite what you're looking for, then bring your own option, right? Bring something. And I promise people will eat it. Like anytime I've brought that kind of stuff, they're like, oh, good, I'm glad you brought that, and then it usually gets eaten right up. So don't be afraid to be the odd one out and, pick foods that are going to help you feel your best. Because I think for me, the whole focus of going into summer is feeling good to be able to enjoy the sunshine. Lily and I were talking about this today. Like we deserve the sunshine we are getting right now. We have had like, I don't know, 8 months of rain and misery and cloudiness. And it's like, all I want to do now with the sun out is just be active and do things and feel good. I don't want to be, feeling miserable or bloated or gross or whatever, right? Whatever is happening in your nutrition plan. So I kind of view it as like this, I don't know, kind of a more alive time, right? More time to to be active, to really fuel your body with some great things and feel good about it. So what kind of things do you think summer means to you, Sue?
Well, usually summer means socializing and, getting on our jet skis and going somewhere. I don't know, this summer might be a little different for us, but grilling out, being more active, just being outside and doing things. So, and sometimes I'm not as hungry because it's so
Yeah,
hot.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
I drink a lot of water.
yeah. And that's where
Yeah.
like having those fruits and veggies that are,
Hmm.
water filled, not more starchy really helps too, just to make sure you're getting enough hydration.
Yeah. Yeah. So definitely, like, I carried around my water bottle with me all day today. Everywhere I went, I had it with me just because it's so hot.
Yeah.
So, mhm.
And so what do you like when you're socializing all the time? Do you like just plan food around that, or like do you just kind of how do you figure things out?
I go with the flow. So I let everybody else decide where we're going to eat. And I just tell them, don't worry about me. I'll find something that I can eat.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's just a boring, what we would consider a boring salad, I will find
Right.
something to eat. So, yeah.
Right. Well, and I mean, pretty much anywhere you can get a salad and some chicken.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
that's just like, and even if you have to say, I just need a chicken breast and some salad, you know, most restaurants, I can't imagine they wouldn't be accommodating. I mean, unless you're
Yeah.
at like
They
a
usually,
only place, but
yeah. They usually all do that. So it's pretty easy. It may not look as good as everybody else's, or it might not be as, as fun, but it's at least
right.
staying on your plan.
Hmm.
So, yeah.
And you can,
And as far
yeah,
as drinks and cocktails are concerned, there's plenty of options out there that are low sugar, no sugar, and lower in calories that you can still, kind of participate, but on a more healthier choice.
right. Yeah. Yep, definitely. Yeah, we should
Hmm.
probably have another call.
Sure
We
I have
should.
all those down.
Would you
Yeah.
say, Lily?
I said I'm pretty sure I have all those down.
Me too. I was just gonna say we should have
Yeah.
another call on alcohol again soon, so we can all discuss all of our fun either mocktail or cocktail
Yeah.
options and what we like to make.
That might not be a bad
Yeah.
idea for one of the coming weeks.
Well, it's funny because when I had COVID 2 weeks ago, I wanted something fizzy and fun because like I was still recovering, but I wasn't, contagious. And so we went out to happy hour. And so I bought a pineapple coconut juice that didn't have any sugar added. It was just straight juice. And I added it with that lime spindrift. So I had
Oh,
my own little mocktail. And I'm like, that would be delicious with some Malibu rum also, when I'm ready. But for right now, I'm like, this is the perfect little mocktail to just kind of be something good.
Yeah, you
we've
don't
been,
always have to have alcohol in it to
no, you
enjoy
don't.
it. I mean, look, I actually really enjoy the kombucha. It doesn't have to be a hard kombucha. I just, I enjoy the flavors of the regular kombucha or some of the seltzers or, some of the lower calorie or lower alcohol as well.
Yeah, I totally agree. I like the kombucha to me is like it's like I'm having a cocktail. I don't know what it is
Hmm.
about it, but it's like totally good for me.
I agree. I think it must be something to do with the fizziness or something. I don't know.
I think fizz and it's really full flavored, right? It's not
Mhm.
like Spindrifts where it's kind of a flavor. It's so full in flavor that I think you're just like, oh, this is really satisfying.
Sometimes I have to look to see if I did get one that has alcohol because I'm like, wait, I'm feeling like a little buzzed in my
Well,
head.
I mean, some of
You
them do
know?
have a higher content, and I think if they can go up to it's either 2.9 or 2.75 without saying that.
Oh,
That's
really?
there's a
Oh, that.
threshold where that if they go up, if they're calculating above it, then they have to say
Mhm.
they're an alcoholic beverage. But I can't remember what that
Hmm.
percentage is. Yeah.
I have to check that out because seriously, sometimes I kind of wonder if I grabbed the wrong one.
All right. I'm trying to look and see what my last. Well, I think I've kind of talked about everything. I think just the last point, with this whole summer nutrition idea that I want to hit on, two things. Like, actually, no, it's all one thing. It's really about like trying some new things. Take this summer and try some new foods, try some new vegetables, add some things. I know when we did Gut Protocol, I think that was one of my favorite things about that plan is that we all went into it a little bit worried. I think that are we going to have enough different things to eat? And in it, we were making so many different foods and trying new foods that we hadn't tried, adding in fermented foods. And when you go into it with a mindset of let's experiment and create and try something new and see how it is. Some of them are going to flop. Maybe you're going to try the cauliflower potato salad and you're going to be like, this is the dumbest thing ever. I don't ever want to eat it again. But you tried it and it's fun. And I think just having fun this summer with not only experimenting with your food and trying new things, but also your activity levels. Maybe you get out there and try some pickleball, right? Or, try paddle boarding or you go find a new trail to walk on. Something like that where you're changing your scenery. I think it really just helps you feel more alive, more excited about what you're doing, and how your summer is going. So, any final advice that you guys have for summer nutrition?
No, I don't.
I think you pretty much covered it. I would, like Sue said, go with the flow. Don't freak out if
Yeah.
have to eat foods that maybe aren't on your plan or, it's one meal. You're going to survive. There are plenty of restaurants that will, serve you salmon and vegetables, hold the butter. You learn to order things with less sauce or no sauce or sauce on the side. And so many more restaurants are okay with changes made to the menu because they are realizing that there are so many people with dietary restrictions that it's not they don't roll their eyes at you anymore.
That's exactly right. Yes. Yeah.
When you order something like that. And yeah, I mean, go with the flow. Like you said, I always try to bring a veggie platter to any kind of family gatherings or barbecues, or that way I always know I have something to eat and I always get my veggie. That's easy to do. It keeps well and it is satisfying for me at least. So yeah, keep it easy and simple. And I like you said, I like trying new recipes, and one of the best ways that I have found is do the meal prep class with you, because it definitely gets me out of my comfort zone and definitely trying new things. And so that's one of the reasons why I love the meal prep classes that we have. So
yeah, it is really fun to just kind of be like, you know what, I'm just gonna try it. I'm just gonna make it and see what happens.
yeah. Yep.
Yeah, and I
Agreed.
think, really like, if you are in those social situations, and we've talked about this before, but enjoy the experience you're in, right? And don't let the food be the bummer. If something didn't work out or you end up at a restaurant, just do your best, but enjoy why you're there and who you're with and what's happening, because whatever intake you have that meal is not going to make or break anything. But your attitude toward it could. And if you,
Mhm.
and if you let that be your bummer, then, that kind of sucks. So it's kind of just going into it with a little bit of a happy outlook.
So I was just sitting here thinking, okay, during the winter we make a lot of bowls. So this summer we could do a lot of tacos, like tacos with lettuce wraps or tacos with the tortillas or something like that. And you
Yeah.
can put just about anything in a taco, right? So
Well, it
that's
was
what I
funny
was
because,
thinking.
I feel like in winter, I'm all about sauce, right? I
Yeah,
like to make a
put it
lot
in
of
a
things with
bowl.
sauce. But then in the summer, I transition to like bowls with no sauce and just stuff. Just,
Or lemon or
yeah,
something like that.
exactly. Or a
Mhm.
light dress.
Yep.
Yeah, some kind of dressing, but not like, Indian food where I'm,
Yeah.
I've got full on like red sauce and it's like all over everything. So yeah, it's got it, but in some ways I'm like that gets me excited, right? Because I do
Yeah.
these foods in the winter and then I transition like all week it's been like salad season here because I'm like it's hot
Mhm.
out. I don't want to cook anything, but they've tasted so good. And I'm like, oh, I've missed salad season.
That and barbecued fresh fish is just
Yes.
uh,
Yes.
so good in bowls and salads and
Yeah.
yeah, and it's
Yeah.
healthy.
And like,
Lots of
just make like, twice a week, make a bunch of chicken or some salmon or whatever fish you like, and then eat it for 3 or 4 days. I mean,
Mhm.
like, and then make it into different things and different spices and different dressings. There's so many ways to change the flavor. Well, good job,
True.
ladies. Okay, I'm gonna hit the, well, actually, before I hit the recording, and,
Oh, tomorrow.
I'll go through really quick. Yeah, our end of, let me find the date.
Tomorrow's camo for
camo. Yeah.
Funky Friday.
Oh, it's camo tomorrow?
Yep.
That's
Mhm.
good. I did not realize that. Okay, and then the next meal prep is June 4th. So what is that, 2 weeks from this weekend, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, and one more thing I wanted to bring up. I'm thinking of taking nutrition to every other week as we go into summer and just testing it
Yeah.
out and see how it is. So
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
yeah, so
I
we'll skip
think
next
with
week.
summer being so busy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we'll just go every other week. And yeah, and we'll see how it is. If we feel like it's, not enough time, then we can always manage it and add it back in, but we'll just play around with it. So I'll add that to the nutrition chat too, or when I post this recording.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good.